Welcome to the Davis's Drug Guide for Nurses, 13th edition. My name is Julia Karp, and I'm the marketing manager for the Davis's Drug Guide, published by F.A. Davis Company. Founded in 1879, we're one of the oldest, independent, family-managed publishing houses in America, dedicated to meeting the information needs of students, educators, and clinicians. I'd like to walk you through a few of the outstanding features of the new edition and introduce you to the exciting electronic resources that are available for you and for your students. Davis's Drug Guide for Nurses is the #1 drug guide for the student market because it focuses on patient safety. It emphasizes the information nurses need to administer medications competently and safely across the lifespan. Each monograph follows a consistent organization so that students can find information at a glance. Davis's Drug Guide gives your students the flexibility to access this content whenever and wherever they need it. Each new copy of the 13th edition comes with a 1-year subscription to Davis's Drug Guide Online, the entire drug guide database powered by Unbound Medicine. That's over 1,100 monographs in all. It's accessible from a desktop, laptop, or any mobile device with a web browser. Each monograph in the Davis's Drug Guide is designed specifically for new nursing students. A consistent organization makes it easy to find the information a nurse needs quickly, and bolded in red type highlight the information critical to preventing medication errors. A pharmacogenomic icon in the relevant monographs and an in-depth article in the front of the book highlight the growing importance of personalized medicine. A red high alert tab warns students about inherently dangerous drugs. The 13th edition also includes a new icon for risk evaluation and mitigation strategies, REMS, in the relevant monographs identified by the FDA and an in-depth article in the front of the book. A red maple leaf icon identifies Canadian brand name drugs. Active and discontinued trade drug names are listed in the index and differentiated in the monographs. Each monograph in the drug guide is organized the same way. The first half is the pharmacology, how the drug helps the patient. The second half is the nursing implications, how the nurse helps the patient. Within the pharmacology section, specific considerations for vulnerable populations, pediatrics, geriatrics, OB, and lactation patients are noted in red. Adverse reactions and the most common side effects are noted in each monograph, with life-threatening reactions highlighted in red and capitalized. Drug interactions and their physiological effects are listed for drug-to-drug, drug-to-food, and drug-to-natural products. The IV coverage in Davis's Drug Guide is second to none. You'll find the information within the dosage section in pharmacology, as well as in the nursing implications section. Nursing implications include all 5 steps of the nursing process and emphasizes information nurses need to provide safe and effective care. Safe administration of IV medications is addressed within the nursing implications, with shaded callouts for diluent, rate, and concentration to make this information easy to find. Complete high alert content appears in red type to provide your students with the context to understand why a specific drug has been flagged as high alert. In-depth patient-family teaching guidelines note dosing recommendations, diet limitations, and specific side effects to monitor. The Resource Kit CD-ROM helps your students learn to administer medications safely. There are more than 1,100 Nurses MedDeck-style drug monographs that students can print to use for care planning and patient education. An audio library helps students perfect their pronunciation of tough drug names before they begin their clinicals. The Drug Search program lets students search the entire Davis's Drug Guide database by generic or trade name. Tutorials with self-tests tell students about medication errors, wound care, and psychotropic drugs. Interactive case studies offer students the chance to answer questions about real-life scenarios and print or email their results. Students also have access to additional learning resources online at Davis Plus. For auditory learners, there are audio podcasts that focus on preventing medication errors, pharmacogenomics, and educating patients. For visual learners, interactive flashcards feature the generic name of a drug on one side and the brand name and classification on the other. Video clips illustrate the safe administration of medications. Animations demonstrate the absorption of oral drugs. Schematic brain illustrations depict the impact of certain DSM disorders and the effect of psychotropic medications on patients. When you adopt Davis's Drug Guide, you'll have access to all of the student resources, as well as PowerPoint slides that reinforce the emphasis on patient safety and make important concepts like drug interactions, special populations, and pregnancy categories easier to understand. Case studies to print for use in your classroom that focus on real-life scenarios, followed by critical thinking questions. The scavenger hunt, which is a unique way to encourage your students to learn how much their drug guide has to offer, and a 300-question test bank. The questions in the instructor test bank are designed to reinforce the steps nurses must take to provide safe patient care. Question topics range from specific drug-to-drug interactions to patient teaching guidelines. The questions and answers are based on the information in the drug monographs. The free resources online at Davis Plus are a great way to introduce new students to their drug guide. Ask your students to listen to the audio podcast that focuses on how to use Davis's Drug Guide, and then hand out copies of the scavenger hunt during class. At FA Davis, we understand the importance of choice. That is why we offer the Davis's Drug Guide in a variety of formats, so that your students can choose what format works best for them, and so that you know your students are using the very best drug reference. Thank you for your time today. Please be sure to contact your FA Davis sales representative for more information about the content in the 13th edition of Davis's Drug Guide, and he or she can also give you access to all of the instructor resources after you make your decision to adopt.